You guys are going to see me put people into a box a lot throughout this entire training. I know that that's against kind of our societal standards. We don't like to be put in a box. We want to be who we are. But the truth is, in marketing and business, everyone kind of sits in a box. In different ways, we like to think of that, different content boxes, and in this case, a different buyer's box. We all have personality types that coincide with one another, and there's a consistency and a congruency throughout all of these trends. And so understanding your buyer types is vital. You want to make sure you communicate the right way to your prospective buyers, and this training is going to help you do just that. So we're going to go over the 4 main buyer types, and it will be interesting because you might see, oh, I'm that kind of buyer type, and you may have not even realized it. So our analytical buyers. These buyers appreciate an emphasis on logic and reality. Their personality types pay very close attention to detail. So they may come across a little short or indecisive, but this is only because the message of the seller is not clear and concise and informative. They're the most risk adverse, so they need a lot of information to ensure they're making an informed decision. They don't like to waste their money. They like to be very sure before they make a purchase. That's why it's always so important when you guys are making content and you feel like you're not making any sales or you're not getting in front of enough people. You never know who's watching. And sometimes these people just need to see more, and they need to see consistency and commitment on your end to make the sale. So a communication style that works for analytical buyers, they do not want to be pushed. They typically need time to gather all the details. They need to gather the information on the seller to see if they're actually committed to what they're selling to you, and know that they're not just going to walk away 2 weeks later. And they have a lot to worry. They tend to be very worrisome and concerned about their purchases. Like I said, they don't like to waste their money. So sharing authentic testimonials or statistics even more to really get the numbers behind what they're buying into really, really helps so they feel secure in their purchase. Amiable buyers. I like to think that these buyers as people pleasers. They are often consumed with the thoughts of others that can make them a little hesitant to make the jump. So their buying process can take quite a bit of time due to their fear of others' judgments. You guys will see again a trend of people needing time to see the commitment from the seller. So a great communication style for them would be showcasing the ease and effectiveness of your product or service. They hate drama, they hate chaos, they don't like all the extras. They just appreciate the friendliness of the seller, and they want the seller to be approachable. They want to have a conversation with the seller to know and have that feeling that, yes, this is good for me. And again, just like every buyer type, they need that consistency. Therefore, they know that the product or service will be established for the long term, and they're not going to buy it and then just be left high and dry a couple days later, a couple weeks later, etc. Our expressive buyers are attracted to recognition. So people matter the most to them. I'm an expressive buyer myself, and I love to be needed. I thrive in community and being around people and communicating with others. And expressive buyers typically need a little bit more handholding as they love connections with others. They thrive in those one-on-one conversations and having phone conversations with people. They really, really love the hand-to-hand holding throughout their buying process because they just feel that connection so deeply with others. Great communication style for expressive buyers is that personal relationship building. That's what they care about most. They love to hear other people's stories. Sharing testimonials, customer experiences will really help these buyers feel more connected to the product or service you're selling, and that's what they'll buy off of. But not least are driver buyers. These buyers will buy from you pretty quickly, but they need to see a couple things. They need to see confidence. They need to see sternness. They need to see respectability and power. They need to have that connection with that person on the other side of the phone or the table or wherever and know that you mean business. They need to see that commitment from you, and they will move pretty quick. They typically don't involve too much of their emotion in the buying process, but they need to immediately feel connected to your confidence and strength. They don't buy from meek, silent, non-confident, hesitant buyers. They buy from people who present themselves with authority and confidence. They don't like fluff. They like concise messaging. So a great communication style for them is to be short, sweet, and to the point. And again, they don't consider too much emotion in their buying process. They're very logical, and they're based out of logic and facts. So they like to be very swift and active in their buying process, but it has to be only when they feel connected to that power and that authority in the seller's voice. Keep in mind these 4 buyer types and really dive deep, figure out what kind of buyer type you are, and see if it's the best route for you to connect with those buyers as well. Typically, that's how you can connect to your buyers better, when you know what you need to see in order to buy something, so therefore you can put yourselves in their shoes. I'll see you guys on the next training, and I hope this helps.